Yeah, so that was all I had from the presentation. So now we're going to go into the painting drapery demo. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay, so I was asking everyone just to do have their own setup in front of them of a piece of just single colored fabric to do the demo off of. And then what I'm doing right now is just getting black and white on my palette. Okay, so because we're just going to be working in black and white for today and just focusing on value, I'm going to start by mixing one gray tone that's in between the white and black. So it should be as close as you can get to directly an equal mix between them, which is probably going to be mostly white and some black. So mine's probably still too light, so I'm going to make one a bit darker. All right, now it's not perfect, but this one is about halfway between black and white in terms of its value. And then I'm also going to mix two more, and one is going to be halfway between the mid value and the white, and then the other one is going to be halfway between the black and the mid value. Okay, so there's my lighter one right here. I'm gonna mix the darker one.
How can I get your gallery view?
Sorry, what was that?
I can't get a large view of what you're doing. I can't see anything.
You go to speaker view and then double click on her demo cam.
Oh,
That should work.
Say that again. I'm sorry.
You go to speaker view.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go to speaker view.
Oh, okay.
And then double click on Kathryn's demo.
Oh, I got it. Thank you.
All right, cool.
Anybody using an iPad? I guess you might be the only one. Are you having trouble getting the blow up, Paula? Or can you find the gallery versus speaker view on your iPad?
I think on the iPad you like scroll to the, what would that be, to the right to get the bigger view.
looks like we, oh no, Paula's still there. Did you get it, Paula?
Yeah.
No, I moved. I thought maybe I'd get a better reception. So I went to another room. But I'm
Okay.
trying to figure out using an iPad, how to get the view of what Kathryn's doing. Does anybody else have an iPad that they're using?
About
Oh, no.
Okay,
I've done it
I'll
on my
check it
phone before, and I'm pretty sure you like scroll to the right, and that should give you like the bigger views.
okay, I'll keep working at it.
Are we to get our paints out just like you have it laid out?
Yeah. So just going
All right.
from dark to light, or obviously light to dark, either way you want to do it. But
She
set up
did, and
in like a
if you missed it-
grayscale.
Okay.
If you missed her beginning part, Carol, she had the white and the black at opposite ends. Then
I
so
see.
she mixed a mid-tone right in the middle. And then she's
Okay.
mixing mid-tones in those two middles, you know, the darker to the lighter side of it.
Excuse me, are we going to use the drawing in Kathryn's corner there? Is that how what we're gonna draw, paint?
You're gonna use your own
Our own?
item, yeah.
Yeah.
grab-
I was asking everyone to just set up any piece of fabric that you have in front of you, and then use your own item. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and then if people could just give me a heads up when you're ready to start painting.
And also, Kathryn, as I sort of think about what I'm gonna do next, I have my 5 tones set out like you do. Do I need to mix a little extra of each of those tones so that when I go to paint, I'll have enough?
Yeah, yeah. I probably don't have enough here, but we'll see. Yeah, you should definitely make sure you have like good piles of each of them.
And I also notice every time I do it, but relative quantities of paint, you don't need very much black compared to how much white you need.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Okay. All right. I guess I'm gonna, okay, so you're just painting, whatever you're looking at, you're just gonna paint it, not sketch it, just paint it on.
Yeah, I was gonna do it without the sketch. Yeah.
No problem, okay.
What size is your fabric, Kathryn?
What size is the fabric? I have like a tablecloth, so it's really big, but it doesn't matter. When you're doing it, you should actually pick like a certain spot on the fabric, so you can go with your hands and imagine like creating a little square and just pick like which spot on your piece of fabric you want to do the painting of, just to narrow it down a little bit.
Okay, I'm all ready.
Thought she may have given it to you at the workshop. She
Oh,
But I said, I
this
didn't
came
see
from
it.
Gina?
Yeah.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no, it comes back to you. It's all yours.
She doesn't want it back?
There's a card in the back.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, off the back of that.
Okay, so do people have their grayscales mixed? So there are 5 different tones.
Mhm.
Maybe she meant this. When she said there's a card,
Hmm?
she probably meant this.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure. There's something in the back of that. That was in the back. That was in it, I think.
Okay, that's what she meant.
Okay, so it seems like people are about ready. So I'm gonna get started. So just make sure you have those 5 different tones. You only have to mix 3 of them, but because black and white are the opposite ends. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find like the darkest part of the piece of fabric that I'm looking at. And I'm gonna start with that. And so looking at that, I'm gonna take some of the darkest shade that I have. I'm gonna identify the shape of that dark section. So on mine, there's like a little bit of a triangle shape. It goes like this, that's all dark. And so then you can do this on your own piece of fabric. So just look for the darkest part, figure out what shape that dark part is, and then paint that shape onto the canvas. And then mine's also got a line that goes down like this, that's all dark. And you can pick as large or small the section of the fabric to focus on. Picking a close up spot is probably gonna be easier for today's purposes. You don't want to be like Dolly trying to get like that huge dress with all the different shifts and tones and value. I mean. And then I'm just going a bit higher. I want to do a larger area, cover a larger area of the fabric. And I'll probably stop it up there. Okay, give
Can people still hear me?
Yeah, you might need to talk a little bit louder. It's a little bit softer.
Okay, my AirPods died, so let me try to figure this out.
We can hear you. Just need to have, speak up a little bit.
Okay. Okay, so next I'm gonna clean my brush. So getting it wet and then making sure it's super
I
dry.
can't hear you at all.
With acrylics, they get all watery.
Catherine, I can't hear
Yeah.
you.
Okay, let me try to fix this. Hold on.
I don't know what you set it to do.
Can you hear me, Shirley?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Okay, she's working on, her earphones aren't working and she's gonna fix it.
Oh.
And so, but she's
Okay.
saying, after you do the black outline, wash your brush, and she's gonna go into the next phase here as soon as she gets her audio ready.
Great.
Okay, is this better?
Yeah, great.
Okay, good. I recharged them, so we're good now.
That was fast.
All right, so next I'm going to go into the next darkest one up, so right here. And then I'm going to see where in the fabric again, there's shapes that are this amount of darkness, this value. That's what I'm looking for. So you have to be good at matching what you're seeing with your eyes onto like what value is, what value most closely corresponds to what you're looking at. So again, for me, that would be right under this like triangle shape that I initially painted on. There's a curved shape that goes along there. And I'm not going to blend things because personally when I paint, I never blend anything, but it would be like at each step in between that you'd want to blend your two colors together if you choose to do so. So my next value that we're working with right now really follows this dark one because there's a pretty smooth shift across the fabric in this spot, particularly from one value to the next. Yeah, so as you do this, make sure you're paying attention to like the size of each shape, the angles at which the shape goes. So like here we have like another triangle-like shape where the angle comes down along this black line and then swoops up like this. And here there's another fold in the fabric. So there's a curve that goes along.
And I think my audio cut out again. Great.
So the way that I paint particularly, it's very much like putting together a puzzle, which is how Darcie described one of the other paintings I did. Just like piece by piece, shape by shape, all the different colors and values in this case. And then as I'm working over here, I'm noticing that there's a spot that I missed that should have my darkest value. So I'm gonna go back in real quickly with that just to fix that up. Right, and then of course, when you're ready, you clean your brush again before moving on to the next one, the next value up, and then start working on all the different shapes in that particular shade. And of course, in fabric, there's certain places where it goes from darkest to lightest smoothly, like across a fold. Then there's certain places where there's a heavy contrast, like at the edge of the fold, where you go directly from like a black to a white right next to it. So that's something that everyone should be paying attention to. Like on mine here, what's going to go next to this black right here is just going to be white, because that's how it looks in the fabric. Because there's an edge right here. Versus right here, it's like across a curve. And so it'll be going from dark all the way up to the lightest, one by one. And already there are plenty of spots that I'm noticing that I missed going around the first time with like the darkest value, but I'm trying to save all like the touch-ups to the end, and then you can do that at the end to try to get in all like the subtler shifts in value.
Oops.
It's 3 o'clock.
I got it.
Oh.
Help my brain correlate some of the other stuff I'm dealing with also. You know what I mean? So learning something like Spanish or even French. I mean, I know what I'm trying to do is unlearn. Well, I hate to say unlearn, but I have to almost unlearn the French because my brain hears a word and I can put it in French.
Who's unlearning French over there?
I know, right?
I still have the, our son called. I'm gonna move.
Oh, okay.
All right, so on mine, I'm about ready to move up to the next value, so the second to latest one right here. I was finding that a lot of mine is the mid value because of the lighting in which my fabric is set up. So, but that's all gonna depend on your own personal setup. And then as you can see with mine, this way of painting fabric makes it look very abstract, which I personally really like. But obviously if you're doing more blending in your own, it's gonna look more realistic or yeah, naturalistic, whatever word that is. But
Hmm.
And hopefully you mix more paint than I did. I'm having to go back and mix more, make sure the colors match up.
I mixed a fair amount after we mentioned it, and then, but I did use some acrylic medium that helped makes it not dry up as quick too. Just threw it down on some of my colors on my palette so that they wouldn't dry out while I'm working, which they are doing a little anyway.
Right.
Okay, and then on mine, I'm gonna make sure my brush is really clean one last time and then put in all the white. So this is the easy part. I'm just filling in the spots that I haven't put anything on. So, because they're already white. So mine's getting to be about done, so I'm just gonna go in and add in some subtler, smaller shapes. What I already have. All right, how is this going for everyone? Mine is about finished.
Nice, that looks cool.
Slow.
I didn't really follow the directions as well as I should have. I'm trying though, but your style is different than the way I normally work. And so it's interesting for me to kind of flip my brain around and do things differently. So I find myself blending or putting down some mid-tones and then putting white and black accent more almost like instead of doing tone by tone or distinct areas rather than blending. So it's fun for me to try it in a different way, to have like a new, fresh way to approach it. But meanwhile, it's not exactly quite the assignment, but that's what I got.
Oh, that looks really cool. Okay.
Let's see.
Yeah, one of these days I should try doing
Oh,
something
nice.
with actually blending.
Well, there, can you see mine?
Oh, that looks nice, Carol. Good job on the blending.
Oh, that looks
Beautiful.
really great.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Nice.
Thanks.
Wow. That looks
It looks like a coat, but it isn't. It's tea towel.
Right.
Darcie, can I see yours again?
Yeah. We can send a picture to Kathryn.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
We can
cool.
see it better, you know.
God.
It's
I
actually
love it.
there's a label,
Yeah.
a shirt label, and then it's hanging upside down. Actually it's my painting smock thing that it's an old shirt I throw
Great.
on when I paint.
Cool.
Mine looks like a third grader did it.
No, sir. That looks cool,
No,
Shirley.
I love it.
Oh,
That's
no,
beautiful.
that's good.
First of all, it's scary to paint without having the drawing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's good exercise though, you know, just roll with
It
it.
looks amazing. I think that's a great painting.
Agreed.
To finish it
I
and
have
frame
a
it.
drawing of it, and then I have the original photograph of the shirt all wrinkled up. So anyway, it's fun. That was fun.
Yeah, was good. Here we go.
Not done, but it's fun.
Nice, Melinda. Beautiful. That's good. That's
really good.
Yeah, that's nice. You get that range of tonality from dark to mid and to light, and then other variants. You know, that's good to be able to just observe where those things are in the fabric.
Yeah, it was
Awesome.
fun. It was good.
I know John had a phone call, but were you able to paint the fabric at all, John, or were you sidetracked?
We can't
don't
hear
forget-
you, John. You're muted.
Okay, I have my finger on the space button, which
Okay.
unmutes us. A fantastic shortcut. Thank you, Shirley, for being out there. We have no. I just did a little bit of color differences, and I was using the basic pattern that we used the last time, so I didn't. You know, there wasn't that much of a gradation. It's a pretty good solid dark color, and then you get a few darker areas that are mainly lines in there, so it wasn't much to do.
Okay, you can maybe practice, maybe set yourself up if you have time. I know you have other things going, but if you have time, set up a piece of fabric that and put a light on it so that you have the opportunity to try the different tonalities. If your subject today only was two-tone, try to get something.
I did mix the 5 colors. And,
okay, awesome.
You know, so, but then I obviously left.
Yeah, well, hide
You
to
never
your
know
son.
when he's going to call. You know how it is as a parent.
Yes.
Do they call? Do they call? No, maybe they won't call. Oh, wait. Oh, need more money. He called. Okay.
And let's see, did we see everybody?
Yeah, we lost a few people.
Yeah, Kay and Gail had to leave early.
Okay.
Yeah, so we lost those guys. And let's see, Paula dropped off. I don't know. She may have had something going on at her house too.
Okay.
Anyway, we'll save the recording and share it out for everybody to see what they missed and if they have time to follow through the assignment during the week so they can proceed. That would be good. Oh, and it's almost that time. I lost track of time because you really do lose track of time when you paint,
Yeah.
don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't even realize it was this late either.
And the assignment
Yes.
during the week is to do what we had drawn before, whatever it was, the dress or the blouse or whatever it was. Is that what we're supposed to be
Oh,
doing? for
yeah,
next
so
week?
it's just to continue working on the project of just creating a piece that's about a person, but through representing their clothing.
Okay, that's it. Okay,
Yeah.
I was correct then. Thank you.
What
Yeah.
I'm really excited about is that the photograph that I have that I'm doing this off of, there's kind of like different shades of that have a little orange tinge in them, like kind of brownish, but the orange tinge and the pink tinge, and sections where it's darker brown and stuff like that. And I was really intimidated by it, but I'm not now because this practicing with the black and white, I'm getting the idea. So I can't wait to get to it. It'll be kind of fun.
Awesome. And it is a
Right, yeah.
complex procedure for, I think, our minds to absorb. The difference between when you're looking at an image, light versus shade, and then something that might be white or color, when color factors in there, or like I had a label in the shirt, which is actually, it's a white label in a gray shirt, but the white label is shadowed. So the white label is gray, and the gray shirt has highlights. And so parts of the gray shirt are white, and that's just gray and white. Now, when you throw in color, it makes it even more complicated. So, give yourself some time to absorb these things, but keeping it in a simple tone, the palette with just the black and white, really, I think helps clarify the main values, as you mentioned, Shirley, and then you can integrate color with more confidence.
Mm-hmm. No, I definitely intended this as a first step, and I actually had, we're about out of time, but I had one more like painting just to show from my slideshow. Oh, that was the photo of my fabric, but this one, just because it's their brand painting of a saint, and he's got like these white robes. You can see all like the crazy different like subtle shifts just with white fabric, so it is like you go from just looking at value to eventually figuring out like the shifts in color as well.
And
So
and we can talk more about that next time. But so, these lessons that Kathryn's offering, the exercises, would help you build skills so that when you are working on your final project, you'll have more skills in your bag. So hopefully you're picking a subject matter of some kind of clothing that represents somebody. So it's a portrait, but using the clothes, and you're going to build toward that. And if you need to do exercises or work on some of these other exercises to get what you need to when so that you can finish your final piece, then that's kind of the direction we're going to go. So now next week, there'll be no class. And then in the following week, Kathryn's going to take that class again, and she can, so wherever everybody's gotten to by that point, she can help you troubleshoot and push those things forward and answer specific questions about challenges that you came into in the 2 weeks that we'll have before we see each other.
Hey.
Have a good 4th of July, everybody.
Happy Independence Day, y'all.
Okay, bye-bye.
And send us a picture of your work today if you want. Send it to Kathryn and myself, or if you just have my email, that's fine. I'll pass it to her. But just to show it, to like look at the exercises, I think will be fun. So if you feel up to it, send us a snapshot of what you've worked on so far.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye, y'all.
Great.
Okay.
Thanks a lot, Kathryn. See ya.
You're welcome. Bye.